Alright guys, let's get this chest day started. Ooh, have a general outline of what the workout's gonna look like. Incline, bench, probably do some flat dumbbell. Obviously the pec deck is never out of the question on a chest day. Some variations of cable flies, probably the purple chest machine, and single arm flies at some point, which we haven't done in forever. But see how this feels first before we get into anything. Oh. Ooh. 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 All right, so some of y'all would call this cheating, probably. I'm the proud owner of a swing shot, though I have yet to use it on the channel. I probably haven't used it. Haven't used it in a chest day since the channel started, and I didn't use it in probably a few months before the channel started. So it's been a while. But I understand that this is a piece of powerlifting equipment that you got, that a powerlifter would use this to be able to explode out of the bottom easier, and stuff like that as they're working their way up in weight. Obviously, it's not allowed in competition. It's just one of the ways they train, one of the things they utilize to train. But to me, what this does in a bodybuilding standpoint is so I have 45 and 10 on right now, which is about 8 to 10 reps without this. So my chest, my triceps are still under the same load, still experiencing the same force. But I'm going to be able to hopefully get 2 or 3 more reps. So I use this to kind of help get more stimulus out of the workout. And it's been a hot minute, so whether it be extra reps or extra weight or both, that's what I like to use this for. Like I said, that would have been a 8 to 10 rep set. Instead, I got 12. And my chest still felt every bit of that, all the pressure, all the stimulus of doing that weight. So, and also it can help with the time under tension because I feel more confident being able to pause at the bottom, knowing that this is going to help me explode back out of it. So, if you've never tried a swing shot, obviously, again, it's a power lifter's piece of equipment. If you're a bodybuilder, give it a try on your chest days. Not, as you guys know, not every chest day. This is my first time using it on the channel. It's never been an every chest day piece of equipment. But sometimes when I just want that extra stimulus, that extra stretch to go that much further, Or if I have a day where I'm feeling weak, it's nice to be able to put it on and know that I can do a weight I probably wasn't too confident that I could have done and get a good workout in. So. All right. So, surprise to no one. Time for your picnic action. I'm not the world's biggest fan of this pec deck, but I'm also not its biggest detractor. Like, I remember when we first started coming to the show, I was so excited to use this specific pec deck because you see those videos of Arnold using this kind of pec deck, and obviously you hold it like this. I found it better to just let those pads be against your arm and still track like you're holding the handles of a normal, conventional pec deck. I remember being so excited the first time I seen this, and now it's like, I don't like it as much. This feels awkward. It kind of, you can feel it in your shoulders more, and by that I mean you can just feel it putting stress on your shoulders and hurting at the beginning of the movement compared to this, where you just feel it in the chest. What I like about that is when you're getting towards the end of a set of pec deck, you could end up bending your arms and just thinking about getting your hands together and taking it all out of your chest. You can't do that on this. Your elbows are against this pad. You got to fly the whole way through with good form. So. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, my lands. All right. Time for your dumbbell flat bench. I'm not even sure what weight to start with. It's been so long. My incline has gotten so freaking strong, but my poor flat benches just got neglected. That's on me, but all right. Well, swing shots getting broken back out. Not that that last set was too terrible, but I want to be able to, at the very least, hit the same amount of reps, if not get a few more. But be able to maybe control it better. Get a bit of pause at the bottom. Ooh. So swing shots getting broken back out. Ooh. You want to comment down below that's cheating, feel free to do so. I'm not about the weights I'm lifting, I'm about the body I'm building. So that's why we use the swing shot. Go. One or two more extra reps and free partials. Wasn't going to be possible without it. Ooh. All right. Last set of these. Yep. Oh. All right, time for those single arm chest flies I was talking about. So what we're gonna do here, obviously, we have a bench. It might be too far back, maybe not. Take one, maybe even grab the seat. We're not far back enough or forward enough. Okay. Ooh. So come to bench. Ooh. You don't have to lean back, but let it pull that pec around the bench, and you're gonna fly forward. Ooh. Ooh. I will say, if this looks familiar, Eric Janickis just did a video with I don't remember the bodybuilder, but one of the Olympia competitors, and this is one of the exercises they did, and he just happened to upload it yesterday and today's chest day. So in my mind, I was like, you know what, we'll try those. It looks like a really good stretch, and it's phenomenal. Give it a try. And he has another variation of flies he does that we'll finish with that I've seen him do a million times. I've always been scared to try because I don't want to pull something. But everything he does is about optimal stretching, getting the most out of every rep. This has been one of the best flies I've ever done. If you notice, you let your arm come down. It's not straight back, it's down and back. In a really deep stretch throughout the pack, and then coming and crossing the body. Yeah. Get. No. Oh. So, I mean, I'm sure you've seen, maybe you've even done a standing variation where you would have the cable about arm height and you just do this for single cable action. And that's great. But this is something different. This is something magical. All right, well, if you've watched the channel for any amount of time, you already know what's about to go down when this beauty of a very old chess machine pops on screen. But I love going as well as I can get these handles. About 180, I think is what I normally do, 180. Nothing too crazy weight-wise for like a flat bench. But I love taking advantage of how well I can get these handles for a optimal stretch. And I think today, since I actually have the swing shot with me and I'm thinking about it, I might do the last 2 sets with the swing shot. I went 1, 2, oh, give me a second. Swim. Oh, there we go. Right there. All right. So if you notice, that's like right at my shoulder. And so I can get underneath it, start it, get the other arm under, and then perfect. A deep stretch throughout the whole exercise. But that does make it very hard to get like a crap ton of reps for like a decent weight. So I will take advantage of the swing shot here in a few minutes. That's the only bad thing is it might be a little harder to get in with the swing shot, but we'll see. Oh, whew. All right, moving on. Well, as previously stated, this will be another Eric Janickis inspired exercise, the version of flies that he likes to do. So this is my first time ever setting these up or executing them. So actually, I want to say the bench needs to be one click lower. Okay. Ooh, if you've watched him at all at any point in time, you're gonna recognize, you know, he kind of goes back and then lets it pull his chest up like this and back through. So we'll see how that feels. Uh, I don't think I'm gonna go any heavier than the single arm until I see exactly how this is gonna feel in motion. But I'm very excited to give them a try after watching his content for a hot minute and always thinking, I want to pull something. So. Holy cow. That was a completely different experience. Whew. God! Oh, oh, that might be the most purest version of chest flies I've ever felt, where I can feel it all the way down into the insertion of the chest. Oh my lands. If you guys have ever watched Eric Janickis content and thought, man, he's probably full of crap and this is all performative, my chest has never been more pumped or more stimulated. It's shaking right now just holding these on my lap. And there's only, I assume, 20 pounds since it's on two, which is way less than I normally do flies for. Oh, God. All right, let's get into some tricep. All right, just my personal philosophy on doing chest and tri is that a really great transitional exercise from one to the other is dips. Because you're still going to get a little chest activation, almost finish off the chest just a tad bit more, but you're going to start moving into more tricep focused. So that's the idea behind this being the first movement, is there's going to be a tinge of chest still getting hit, but it should transition us more into the tricep phase of the workout. And then we'll probably do 2 more tricep exercises after this. Oh, ooh. Oh, do, no, do, 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 go. Woo. Ooh. All right. Not wasting too much time from that last set of dips. Getting straight to some push downs. Oh yeah. Ooh. 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 Oh. Ooh. Oh. It hurts just to reach up in my chest right now. Oh God. Oh man. Let's move on. All right. We're just gonna keep the same setup. Go for your overhead extension. Oh, good. This deal ends September 30th. See coupon for details. Lowe's knows you got a job to do, and we help get it done. With the MyLowe's Pro program, eligible members save more with volume discounts on qualifying orders for quote $2,000 or more. Good. Join for free today. Lowe's, we help. Ooh. Offer given in non-waiting discount contract with a special price. Exclusions, more terms and restrictions. Oh. Subject to change. Oh, good. Yes. Good. I want to ask you, does that feel more comfortable to you, that wider grip?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's watching me bleed.
I know for me, that narrower grip means I get further back into the. Fair enough. We do have different muscle insertions, different limb lengths, so I can understand that probably does feel a little better for you to get wider. No. Oh, one more set of those, and then we're done. We're not going shirtless or anything, but just checking the pump, just feel better for the shirt. It's not any like severely harsh downlighting. You see how juicy that chest is from there? That's like my favorite feeling, is like seeing the big upper shelf like when it's full, and then even being able to see like slight separation in the pecs even under my shirt. Like that's awesome to me. I don't know who this guy is in my shop, but just kidding. Ooh, here, well, watch your set, guys. There you go. Having a good time. Whoa, you broke into my bag. Come on, man. What the hey? What the hey, dude? Fair enough. He wants to see how good the pump is. Ooh. Good. Oh. Oh man. Look at this dude. Here, let's see. Yeah, I'll say this.
I don't know. Nah. Whatever right here is.
So it's like
16.
take 15 and 7/8 or something.
And this size might fit too.
Why not? He's already doing it. We'll do a little arm update after the triceps. Why not? This one's for fun. We all know there's not going to be a difference. Oh, yeah. 17 and a half. Yes, see that? Oh, I moved the a little bit. Sorry. But yeah. So, what I really want to start doing, I used to do this a lot. That's your chest slash your back. But you get it right in under your armpits. Put her on. And then you're going to head a lat. 46 and about 46 and a half. Maybe a little under. You guys can see that. 46 and a half inch chest. Okay. This is about to get central. So, do that. Push your button, and then you know how to flex your lats? Yeah, you did a little bit. I don't know how much, but you did get a little bit. You're right at 40. You go right on the money of 40.
What was yours?
46? Maybe I have more bat wings going on in my lats than I think I do. But all right, guys, that was a good workout. All right, guys, that was a nothing short of phenomenal chest day, truly. So I'm gonna get this cardio done, and we'll talk about it. Let's see, I can never find what I'm looking for. Got it. Okay. So just gonna do 30 minutes now. I'll actually do 30 minutes later in the day. I failed to wake up early. Yet again, I've been having such bad insomnia that I just haven't been able to fall asleep. So unfortunately, I've been unintentionally sleeping in because I can't fall asleep. So it is what it is. It's not great, but what are you gonna do? I don't really have any control over it. I don't have money for melatonin or anything right now. I cut my caffeine, any intake. It doesn't happen after 6 p.m., which normally I don't care about when I have it, and never had sleep insomnia, but I started to care. But for whatever reason, I just haven't been able to sleep lately. So up until almost freaking noon today, but to be fair, I didn't fall asleep until almost 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So it's been a struggle, and it sucks because one of the things you have to be on top of isn't just your nutrition or your training, but your sleep and your recovery, right? Which, I mean, at the end of the day, as long as I still get 7 or 8 hours, I guess it doesn't matter when I fall asleep. But if I was employed right now, that'd be an issue because I wouldn't be able to get away with sleeping until then. And so it's definitely something I need to get figured out. I have no idea if it's just the stresses of life, eating such low calories. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm going to bed starving, and I don't feel like I go to bed. I don't feel like I eat so close to going to bed that my body is too busy trying to break down food to shut off. I don't know. I do not know. But I will say, you guys are going to say we overtrained today. Understandable. That was almost a 2-hour workout. It was an hour and 55. Of course, you take any breaks between all the exercises, you're probably pushing 130, right? But almost a 2-hour chest and tri day. Obviously, followed by an hour of cardio, 30 minutes now, 30 minutes later in the evening. I should be ready to just pass the heck out by the end of the day. So this should be a day where insomnia doesn't have a death hold on me, hopefully. Maybe I can get my schedule fixed. But I truly don't know if it has anything to do with my calories, if it has anything to do with my caffeine intake. The fact my intake isn't that bad right now. But it's also been earlier in the day instead of later like it used to be. But or if I just am truly just going through a bout of insomnia right now. But I need to get figured out, because if you don't already know this, but chances are if you're watching this kind of content, you do. Sleep is important because your recovery is very important. It's going to help with your strength. It's going to help with your recovery, obviously. So, gotta get the sleep figured out. It's going to mess with your testosterone too. And I definitely don't need that right now. It also messes with your hormones, makes it a lot harder to stick to your diet if you're not well rested. So, yeah, having a good time. But enough about that. On to the workout. So, as I said during the workout, those two different fly variations were something I've seen on Eric Janickis' YouTube channel. And I mean, I've seen him do the one where you get come up like that, like a million times. The single arm was just a video I seen of his yesterday, which if you haven't already seen it, I'll link it in the channel description. It's a really good video, and they partially inspire some aspects of today's chest workout. It just looked good. But those flies where you come up and it above your head and you quit stretch your chest out. I've seen him do those a million times on his own channel, his YouTube, his TikTok, his Instagram. I've seen him do them on other people's channels, like Mike Israel's, and you hear him talk about, I think it was Mike's video, where they just outright called them the Janicky flies, because he's like the only person who does them that way. We may have to start incorporating those into like every chest day, if not every other. Those ones where you let it go above your head and stretch out like super deep. I've never heard of coming back in a fly and then up and out, but it's phenomenal. One of the best stretches I've ever gotten. One of the best mind muscle connections with my chest I've ever had. One of the best chest workouts I've ever had. And during and after the sets of those flies, my chest was shaking. Like I'd be standing off to the side watching Brandon hit his set. Whether I was recording him hitting his set or just standing there like waiting to start recording to hit mine. Between sets, I'm standing there. I can feel my chest shaking. That's not a normal occurrence. It's a once in a while on a chest day occurrence, but not a very, very common occurrence for me. And so I was just standing there like, holy crap, my chest is dead right now. And then same thing with like the single arm. You stretch out, you let it pull your arm back, you let your scapula retract and almost wrap around the side of the bench, and then you fly up out of it and cross body. The stretch is insane. And I only did 20 pounds for both arms. I only did 30 pounds for those single arms. The stretch is so deep and so just crazy. The muscle-mind connection and everything is so good that you don't need crazy weights. And I also wasn't hitting my normal rep range with those weights anyways, where I think my body responds better chest-wise to higher volume. I wasn't hitting 15 to 20. I might have hit 10 to 12. So it's like great stretch, great engagement, insane time under tension, insane muscle-mind connection. I will say though, I was talking to Brandon, he has a harder time getting deep in the press or super far back in the fly. And we've had conversations of maybe I'm just like more flexible than him or blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, I've been gymming for more years than you, like significantly. So it might also just be that I have, not just I'm more flexible, that I have better mind muscle connection. So he might watch me hit those flights for the first time and he might think, okay, go back and up, and he might twist his rotator cuff or something, where I let it pull back too far into his rotator cuff, not really understanding how to keep it in his chest. So I told him, don't get too deep. Don't worry about it. Get as deep as you feel comfortable. So on that knee, he was all the way out here. He might have got right here. So into the here. But we've talked about it. I think I just have a better mind-muscle connection from so many years in the gym that to me, I was able to, from watching Eric do those multiple times, fill out the rep and feel like I was doing them right. Keep it all in my chest. The only set where I screwed up was the first set. I went too heavy, and it was pulling me just far enough back that I could feel it switch from right here into assertion of my chest to rotator cuff and front delt. And I was like, okay, I went too heavy, and I'm going way too far. I'm doing something wrong. And so lightened the road and fixed it. So, but if you've never tried those, like I said, I'll link Eric's video that I watched yesterday in the link in the description. Obviously, that will also link you to his channel. I think any video I've seen him hit chest with people, I've seen him do that variation of flies. And I always, he pointed out yesterday in his video, and I've personally been guilty of this, thinking that he's just performative, that, he goes as far back in these stretches and blah, 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 and does these insane looking exercises that have almost overemphasized range of motions. And I think, man, he's taken this whole I'm a science-based lifter who's trying to optimize everything to take this over the top level. I still have respect for him. He's an FBB pro, massive guy, jacked. He's a father. Seems like a decent guy. No hard feelings. But let's just, I feel like that is probably just the general consent for both him and Jeff Nippard, is that there's this almost over performativeness to what they're doing. But actually hitting them today, because that's the thing, I've never tried them. I've seen them do them a million times, and every time I'm like, I'd pull something. That is the dumbest variation of a fly I've ever seen. And he does them with dumbbells too. He'll do the same thing with dumbbells or cable. And watching him do that, I'm like, I don't know if there's any benefit to that. You're just super strong and can handle that load in that position, and you're getting lucky that you don't get injured. That would rip my pecker off the bone. That was my thoughts. And so finally decided to give in and try them today. And the reason they were our last chest exercise is because I wasn't sure. I know I wanted to hit the single arm variation I've seen him hit, because I was like, ooh, I've done the standing single arm. I've never fought to do that. That might actually feel really good. And so I wanted to hit him, but I wasn't entirely sure on the other variation that we ended up doing. So I kept them at the back of the workout, because either we'll finish with them, or maybe we'll go to start them, and I'll discover what I always thought is right, and that I don't act them, and that they're uncomfortable, and I feel like I'm gonna pull something, and I'm gonna do them. And turns out maybe I've been ignorant this entire time, arrogant, and thinking that variation of a fly was not valid, because I said in the video during the workout, that might be the most purest form of chest fly I've ever felt. And what I mean by that is I've never felt it so deep in my chest, such insane muscle mind connection throughout the entire movement, an insanely good stretch to the point that you can even feel it all the way up here in the assertion of the chest, but not in an uncomfortable way where you feel like you're going to pull a ligament or a tendon out off the bone, but in a really good stretch way where you just feel that whole thing light up. And I mean, it was phenomenal. Give them a try. It truly, if you've never tried them, give them a try. But I got about 15 minutes left of this. I know my phone's pretty close to dead from filming the workout, so I really can't yap too much for the yapping fun today. So I think that's all there really is to say. Is that was a phenomenal chest workout. If you've never done those variation of flies, give them a try. They were insanely good. Tomorrow is shoulders. That's just what it is, shoulders. We'll hit it over at 10, which I think will be great because they have actual really good press machines and everything. So I think it'll be a great day, a great workout. And I think as much as I need to bring up shoulders, having a designated shoulder day now leading to the show probably is going to be the best option. Not only that, but it changes the viewing experience back a little bit for you guys. It's not just back, chest, arms, legs. Now it's back, chest, try, shoulders, legs. Kind of keeping it fresh for both me, Brandon, and you guys. But having a great time. Today was one of the best workouts I've had in a long time. Did not mean to go as long as it went. It's just, that's what happened. Our chest days have always ran young anyways. Chest is my favorite. Legs is kind of taking back its place as my favorite. But chest is my favorite to hit. And because my chest responds better to high volume, it's hard not to quote unquote go overboard or quote unquote do junk volume because that's just what my chest responds to. Like the rest of my body doesn't seem like it responds any differently to moderate volume, low volume, whatever. But my chest, I have found, because I experimented all these years, I had weeks I did like 5 of 5. I had weeks I did 4 sets of 10, 4 sets of 8 to 10, whatever. And it was when I was experimenting with sets of 15 to 20 that my gains everywhere else didn't seem to change. It was still a pretty consistent, rise in responsiveness from my body. But my chest blew up noticeably. And so then I knew then that my chest responded better to high volume. So whether that means, what I normally do with like 10 to 12 on my presses, but aim more 15 to 20 on flies and keep those more high volume, or just doing like a lot of sets, a lot of different exercises. But let's see, today would have been incline, oh god, chest fly, flat bench, single arm, purple machine, flies, and then you can count the dips, right? Those are going to target both. So you're looking at 7 exercise sizes, 20. My brain doesn't want to function right now. 7 times 4. Oh god, my head hurts. 28 working sets of, right? 7 times 4? Yeah, 28 working sets for chest. And then obviously dips, push downs, overhead extensions. You're looking at 12 working sets for triceps. Plus, any press, we're getting that tricep engagement. So 1, 2, 3 other exercises that in some way engaged both. So, but like I said, my triceps are already, I personally think, overdeveloped. At least they're reached where I want them to be. So, no complaints in terms of how much I hit them today. I'm more worried about my biceps and my shoulders coming up right now. So it may not seem like a lot, but I think I got everything I needed in triceps done and everything I needed in chest done. So good workout. Tomorrow is shoulders. That's all there is to it. So if you like the video, like the video. If you made it this far and you aren't subscribed, why not? You're already here anyways. There's a lot of you who watch the videos who aren't subscribed. We're on our way up to 100 subscribers. So let's get it done. I'm still in talks with Harder and Last Time to do a $100 gift card giveaway. I'd love to do that for the 100 subscribers mark. So once I get that figured out for them, I'll figure out how we're going to do that giveaway. But still in talks with them to do that. And that's all there is to it. Link in the description to Harder and Last Time supplements, code JS15. Link in the description to Eric Janickis' latest chest video. I promise you will not regret watching it. It was a great video. It was a great workout. It inspired 2 of the exercises today that felt absolutely phenomenal. You don't always need the best equipment to get the best chest workout, because I'll be honest, the machines at Tan Fitness and all the options at Tan for chest is so much better than here. But yet, today's workout, I would say, was a better chest day than any we've had at Tan yet, and probably any I've ever had. And it's about execution. It's about exercise selection, and it's about your execution. And so I think there was a great selection today, great execution of all of them. I think the only way it could have been better is if we were at Tan and we used the really good incline bench and used the really good flat bench machine, along with pretty much keeping everything else the same, using the cables to hit the variations of flies, all that. And I do think their pec deck goes a little better. But yeah, today was a great workout. No complaints. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for shoulders.